What's up and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to react to Ludovico Einaudi. I hope I pronounced the name correctly. This is the first time I'm going to react to a video of one of his live performances. This one is called Experience, and this was live from Teatro dal Verme in Milano. So we're going to jump out and react to this one. This is different to anything else I usually react to, but I felt like reacting to it because I do sometimes enjoy listening to something like this, because I don't know how it's going to sound like, but I imagine that it's going to be calm, relaxing, soothing, whatever. And sometimes I do feel like that us humans, we need to lay back a little bit, turn off these mainstream, genres from our life, and just take it in and enjoy the moment, enjoy life and relax a little bit, And I feel like songs like this probably, I don't know how this sounds, but I imagine that songs like this is something that you should put on occasionally in your life. So don't forget about it. That's what I want to say. But before we jump in, make sure to follow me on Twitch and on Instagram. Links are in the description. Let's go. Yep. Yes. This is exactly what I'm talking about. I love this. Yes. Let me put the volume higher. incredible, ladies and gentlemen. This was unbelievable. Unbelievable. So let me clear some things out, okay? In the beginning, when I said his name, first and foremost, that was the first time I pronounced his name, to be honest. Second of all, I did not know anything about this guy. I still don't know anything about this guy. I'm guessing, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments down below, that this is the man that composed the song. That's what I'm guessing. He's the one that composed the song Experience. If that is the case, this song is so powerful, so amazing, and truthfully has probably impacted so many people's lives in many different ways, but I would say majority of the time in a positive way, right? It just goes to show, in my opinion, it just goes to show that this type of music is the purest form of music there is. Yes, there's hip hop, yes, there's R&B, yes, there's rock, there's, metal, this and that, house, blah, 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 whatever. But none of them comes near to the pure musicry, or whatever you call this, because it is truly, you can't even put words into how impactful this type of music is, where it's just instrumentals, especially when you hear it live. I can imagine that a lot of people in that room got goosebumps, right? When you hear music like this, it's just pure instrumental. Nobody's singing, nobody's doing anything. No, ad-libs in the background, no vocals or something like that. Nothing, just pure instrumental. Just a few instruments being played. And it has a bigger impact, in my opinion. It can have, should I say, it can have a bigger impact than an R&B song, or a hip hop song, or a rap song, or I don't know, maybe let's say a country song, or you know what I mean? Like, there's the impact this has, because I'm gonna explain. Because there is no vocals in there, the music itself in your head will have a meaning to it, Every single person that listens to this has a certain feeling when they listen to it, right? And that feeling can come in many shapes and forms, but I'm saying that feeling comes because of your emotions and what you are sensing when you listen to this, and your life experience can be a reason for those emotions. Your life experience, your goals in life, or what you've been through, and what you are going through, and what your plans for the future is, and all these things, your relationships, and all these things, like they come together, and they create this emotion when you listen to something like this. You become more emotional. I feel like you attach a certain feeling to the song, and it's personal to you. And because it becomes personal to you, because you are creating a feeling out of listening to this, And as I said, it's because of multiple factors: your life experience, your relationships, your goals in life, and all these things, right? Your trials and tribulations, right? And because all of us go through different things in our lives, in different phases of our lives, this song will have different impacts in our lives depending on who's listening to it. And that's the power of it. Because if you listen to an R&B song, it already has that lyrics there, or a rock song or whatever. You're listening to that song, it has already a meaning to it because the lyrics is there. It is already giving the song a meaning. You know, it will, in an R&B song, most of the time it's about romance. It's about, you know, being with a partner or finding somebody to be with. You know, these things, like those type of things, right? So it already has a meaning to it. So when you listen to it, sometimes you won't relate to it, right? But to songs like this, you can relate instantly because you are attaching your life experiences, your thoughts, your ideas, your goals, your, you know, trials and tribulations, whatever you can call this. All of those things in your life, you know, matter. And those things, when you listen to a song like this, it, you know, it shapes that emotion you feel, that feeling you feel from listening to the song, which is, in my opinion, much more powerful than listen to a R&B song or a rock song, whatever. And so what I'm trying to say is that this form of music is, in my opinion, the purest form, the best form. And for some it's boring, but that's because our brains have been, you know, how should we say this, been bombarded with this mainstream sound and, you know, radio and stuff like that. And you know, the frequencies of new music is so different to what we used to listen to in the past, and it affects you in a certain way. Like, I don't know, like you can listen to a song that sounds sad, right? This can be sad for somebody. Like this song can, for some people, because of their life experience, when they listen to it, they feel sad. While somebody else with a different life experience will feel a sense of power and, you know, joy maybe, or like the difference of emotions will be so different. While if I and many others go and listen to an R&B song, we will probably feel the same feeling, you know what I mean? Maybe we will feel the feeling of betrayal, you know, or the feeling of loneliness or whatever, like, or the feeling of being loved, you know, like these things, those are common, you know, like everybody that's listening will feel that feeling. But everybody that's listening to this in that room, I expect that the majority of the people in there don't have the same feeling about the song. They have different emotions going through their body, and some might feel sad, some might feel joy from listening to this because they first heard the song when something amazing happened in their life, you know what I mean? Like they might have, you know, been driving back from the hospital after their first newborn was born, you know, their first baby was born, and that was the song that, you know, they played to their child when the baby was in their stomach, you know, something like that, you know what I mean? Like it will have so many different meanings to so many people, this song right here, and so many other songs like this, that it's just pure instrumental. I just want to say that because I feel like a lot of people forget how powerful these types of songs are and how powerful this form of music is, and in my opinion, that this is the best form of music. I don't listen to it on a daily, but I can 100% say that this is without a doubt the best form. It is without a doubt the best form because it attaches you to the music in a different way that no other genre can, you know? So yeah, I want to say that. Felt like saying that because I've always felt like that for a good while. I think I might have talked about this before in a different in a different reaction video, but I just felt like I was saying that. I don't know if you guys agree. If you do agree, comment down below why you agree and what your thoughts are about it. And if you don't agree, tell me why. Like I'm really interested to know, because I feel like a lot of us we downplay the impact that these songs, this type of music has on us, you know? and we hear it and we get the newer generation. I can think that majority of the new generation that would listen to something like this after like 10 seconds, 20 seconds would be like, this is boring. You know what I mean? Because there's no vocals, there's no, there's no action in the beat. There's no beat, actually. It's just melody. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like we have become overstimulated with music that is like, it has meaning, of course, but it's like meaningless meaning. You understand what I mean? Like, it's not that powerful. But yeah, either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction video. If you did, hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you're new so you don't miss out on future videos. If you guys give this video a like, and a lot of you do that, then it will just go to show that I should react to more stuff like this. I don't usually do this, but sometimes I get that feeling of doing it when I get recommended something that seems interesting to me. So yeah, if you guys want to see more, make sure to like. Also, if you don't want to miss out on future content, as I said, subscribe, it's free. And yeah, make sure to follow me on Twitch, on Instagram, everything like that if you want to. Links are in the description for that. With that being said, take care, God bless, and deuces.